Today we're taking a deep dive into this little project called the GIF, and what better way to dive into this beautiful animation than talking to the actual person who made it.
Yeah, my name is Sinan Karaçam.
Nice to meet you, Sinan. This is someone who I've been following for quite a while. He's got some pretty good works online, and I'd like to introduce to you guys that Sinan is world famous for leaving the nerd emoji on my Discord general guidelines. That was probably the most humiliating moment of my life. Yes, Sinan basically called me a nerd.
Yeah, we'll do better next time.
Why would you do that?
I don't even remember that. I will check it later.
You.
I just did it and move on to my
we
life.
we hardly knew each other back then. You already made fun of me. How long have you been working in After Effects?
Since I was in high school, yeah, I was playing an online game named Dark Orbit. It's a web-based space game. Then I started to record my fightings and made a YouTube videos, to upload them to show off how I can kill better than others.
Like emoji edits?
Yeah, and I first started with Sony Vegas.
Me too. Jesus. Are we the same person?
But then I saw some intros that other people do and put on the beginning of their war game videos,
Right.
and then I looked up where they do that, and I found After Effects. Then first I found a template on YouTube, edited it, and then I started, and then I continued with Andre Kramer. He is the teacher of me. He doesn't know that maybe, but
Basically, he taught everyone.
yeah, he taught everyone.
There wasn't a lot of tutorials back in the day as well, so he's probably still regarded as one of the most innovative when it comes to making tutorials.
Yeah. He's like he's like on another planet.
How did you come about finding your styles, like in terms of the recent Instagram videos that you have made, or from the GIF, for example?
I can say that Jorge Canadu is I think is the pioneer of this style. If you ask me, I always check his work. On Instagram you also follow everyone. The top, let's say top 100, top 500 animators, designers. So they all make our style, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that I saw something from someone, some other thing from someone else, then put something from me, something from you. It's like that, I believe. Motion design is like chaos, and the GIF is like chaos. It's like a science, I believe. No one
Right.
can say that I make this only me. No one can say that. I don't believe for
Yeah.
her.
It's all
It's like-
derivative.
Yeah.
Right. The GIF. Where do you get the idea from? Where do you find?
I had only one reference that it's on the behinds. You open the behinds and you see that beautiful frame like since a year, I don't know, and then it started turning into the GIF. I just designed first frame and then started the animation, and on the way, let's say there are 4 design frames. On the way, they shaped themselves. I didn't decide; they decided themselves.
Project sometimes have a mind of its own. Right. So the first thing I see is what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of big shapes and a lot of small shapes and like tons of details moving with each other. Is there like a time during the design process where you sort of have a structure of ideas where you think about how the big circle is moving first, and then you think of the little details, or how do you think about it?
Yeah, I can say that the big ones or the important ones I made first, and then the other things, followed them
Right.
accordingly.
So which one would you say is the big one? Is it the glass panel or the big circles?
Glass panel for sure. On the eye like ball on the panel
Right.
is the one, but the hero, the one that I want people to follow is the little yellowish greenish ball on the center of the first image.
And it feels like each of them has its own personality as well. How it bounces around and how it's like follows the big ball.
Yeah, they like there are, I tried, like, if I made one ball bounce normally, the other, like, I put a smear, you know I tried to, let's say, I tried to diversify. I believe it was also the funny way of doing it, because there were a lot of shapes. It would be boring if they would follow the same principles, you know same cliches.
Hmm.
So I tried to diversify as possible.
Yeah, and how long did it take for you to finish this project?
Yeah, it took, from start to finish, it took 4 months. I know it, but in between jobs, I couldn't. I had to leave. I had to take care of myself. Sometimes I did. It is my style that if it's something really exciting for me, I wake up in the morning. Let's say the first day I wake up in the morning, I work until the night. I don't sleep. I work until the morning again. Then I don't sleep again. I work until the night and then I sleep. So 2 days, one night. Because if I sleep, I forgot there were like 800 layers at the end, and I couldn't put little notes every time. I just kept going as I could.
Guys, this is a disclaimer. Sinan is actually a superior individual, so we're not trying to say that you shouldn't sleep. You should sleep. You should get a lot of sleep. In fact,
I don't recommend it. My hair, my health.
I know while I'm doing my personal project myself, there's a time when I sit down with a project and I feel like this composition here I'm totally happy with. I don't think I should push more details into it, even though I know in the back of my mind that it's gonna look nice. If I run into that situation and I go to sleep that day, and I wake up the next morning, I would get a fresh look at that composition again, and I feel like, ooh, this it needs something right here. Actually, not as busy as I thought. Yeah, and how do you approach that sort of blockage?
So the refreshing eye part is very true, very correct. Everyone should do it. And this project, like the details part of your question, I before I start this project, I put a project named Shape Study, and after that, like, let's say, 1.5 gap year. I always tried things, but I didn't like them. I didn't publish them. Before I start this project, I was in a bad mood, not in a good, not in a good psychology, let's say. I was playing PUBG on one night, and I was kept dying, man. some,
Yeah.
some asshole kept killing me, and I just quitted the game and opened After Effects, like, tick tick. Then I just started that, and as I continue, I felt, as I achieve little things, I felt better. I felt better. I felt better, and it was like, the project take me to its insight. Then I look the project like it's my personal war of sovereignty. I was in a really bad shape. It was like personal things, and then my cat just walked in the room.
Oh, we're
Uh,
we're putting this on YouTube. You should put your cats on to increase the viewer count, I think.
of course, come here, come here. Yeah, it is a big one.
He's massive.
She's a big one.
Oh, she's massive.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. It was like a battle for me, and I think I won it. With some losses, of course.
considering what it turns out looking like, it definitely feel victorious, doesn't it?
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It means a lot to hear it from good people of the industry.
One last thing I want to ask about the project is the stretchy part. So when all the objects are sort of stretched out to the right side of the screen, how was that achieved? Is that something you can share? That you can share to the viewers?
Yeah, it is all shape layers. I had the mindset that when I enter a number on a property, that I felt like I had to put like 10, 15, 50, 100. But it's not like that. You can also type 33, 36, like some middle numbers. Because I knew that I will push some limits of mine, I made everything editable, and it helped me a lot. Everything you see is based on shape layers. One shape consists of 5 layers, and I at first I tried set things, because to put things on one layer, but then I thought at some point I will regret that if I do it, because at some point you can't touch something. It will be a limitation. So that I put everything on their layer. Everything is separate. Every highlight thing on its own layer.
Wow.
Blah blah. But they are in connect some way, through expressions. And that stretchy part is actually at the beginning. It will only be the first part. The ball is coming, maybe a close up, and then again, we see everything and done.
Mm-hmm.
But then the project took me to the upward, to the upside, and then we zoom out, and then we see some stuff, and then we go to the right. It was like that, and the technical part of it is only, just the X, on just, increase the X
This.
dimension,
Wow.
I didn't mind that, I had to put this anchor point here because I wanna,
Mm-hmm.
I just, it stretched from the middle, but then I also put its position to the right side. They're already looking like they are like a one shape,
Looks like it goes a long way more than just stretching that X scale out. Looks like it looks really technical.
Yeah, and if you wonder the technical details of it, what should you do?
What should you do, Sinan?
Yeah, you can go to Gumroad maybe and look through some After Effects projects.
Is it available on Gumroad? Wow, guys, if you're still wondering about the technical side of this project, you can actually buy it from Sinan's. I'm horrible, but yeah, link to the project down below,
Yeah,
guys.
we are horrible
We're
at marketing,
rookies. All right, Sinan, it's been great talking to you. Do you have any final words for our viewers?
No, thank you for having me here, and I hope you continue whatever you call it, this talk, these things with other peoples, and that we can see and hear their processes. And other than that, I really appreciate you for having me here. One guy from Turkey, one guy from Vietnam. And
You're welcome in Vietnam anytime, bro. I'll take you around.
yeah, I hope.
All right. Yeah, I think you're a great artist, and you're someone who value hard works and dedication, and I will really have great respect for you for that. And yeah, thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thanks for sharing your experience, even your personal ones. Thanks for agreeing to do this. And remember, guys, like, subscribe, and support Sinan.
Thank you,
All right.
friend.
All right. We'll be signing out today. Thanks for watching, guys.